sorry.
Start over.
Sorry. Well, okay, we've got the starting point.
Yes, come on.
Okay, hi there, I'm Tricia.
I'm Charlie.
And we're with Badges Across America. Today we're going to share with you a little bit about our story and our adventure that we've had since we headed out from Colorado on April 22nd, I believe it was.
Somewhere on there.
So it's been a little bit over a month, and we're just going to go through some things with you.
So our travels started with a 4-day trip coming from Colorado out to the west coast, up into the Portland, Oregon area, and we stayed at our Mount Hood. But it was a great adventure. We got through, 2 or 3 states, kind of briefly saw them, and we're hoping to see some more of those states.
Yeah, so this is actually kind of cool. We one of the nights we stayed in Mule, Idaho at Snyder Winery, so it's part of the Harvest Host program. And what was really great is we had the opportunity to talk with Claudia, the owner, and we were the only ones there. It was beautiful.
Well, it's a very, very, very beautiful, peaceful place.
Yep.
Beautiful sunset we got to experience, and beautiful sunrise the next morning. So
to be fair, I actually think I was inside drinking wine while Charlie was taking a picture of the sunset.
Oh, okay. We did, just kind of learning the travels and where we stop and what we do. We stopped at the Wild Horse Casino RV park. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, actually it was great because it's just outside of Pendleton, Oregon, and it broke up our trip really well. So it was a quick overnight, but as you can see, lots of farmland right behind us. Oh, and these are the managers.
Yes. You want to talk about some interesting times in our travels. The cats have provided some fun for us. On several occasions, a little less than fun. But it's been a lot of, they've been enjoyable. I think they are enjoying it. Some are hiding around here.
Yeah,
so.
I actually think Charlie's not being very kind to the cat. So Wonkers is the one in the foreground and Butters is behind him. Butters does suffer a little bit of car sickness, and that's what Charlie's referring to. Other than that, the cats are absolutely loving this. So if we're not dealing with a puke in the car, it's great.
Yep.
So, and actually I can't imagine not having them with us. They give us snuggles, and they're loving the birds out the window. They get to be outdoors on a leash.
They're adventure kitties. They get to go out, and we're trying to get them to build up to getting them further and further away from the trailer. First stop, Mount Hood RV Village. Wow, beautiful. Coming from Colorado in the wintertime where it was very brown, snow covered.
It was technically springtime, honey.
Whatever. It was wintertime.
It was still snowing.
Okay.
So it's super green. That's the one thing I will say about Western Oregon is it's green.
Yes, gorgeous. Lovely hikes through the area. We were immediately attached to a place called Wildwood. That was just phenomenal. Several miles of trails through the lush green forest.
Yeah. And Charlie was taking lots of pictures. He took pictures of wildlife, and but Wildwood was magical, and my imagination would just run away from me, and I kept seeing like fairies and other mythical creatures.
Yeah. No, just continued. I love the area. Wow.
So this is
Liyue Gardens. She can't get it.
No, it is Liyue Gardens. Thank you. I've got this. So Liyue Gardens is perhaps one of the most authentic Chinese gardens outside of China. It is well worth it. It's down in downtown Portland, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's about a city block big, and you can partake of tea there. And I personally would love, 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 in my role as a meetings events planner, which is what I do as my day job, I would love to plan an event here because I think it would be magical.
Yes, it was great. Just phenomenal. Yeah, it was really neat. And then all the plants and the koi and everything like that.
Yeah.
Great.
So we've been doing a lot of hiking.
Yes.
And one of the trips we did was hiked up to Mirror Lake.
Well, I wanted to go here because just kind of researching the area, you see a lot of beautiful pictures, and I was hoping to get one of those classic shots where the mountain mirrors off the water, and I was hoping for this magical, beautiful picture. And by the time we got to the top, I did not realize that there would still quite be this much snow.
Yeah, there was actually quite a bit of snow on the hike itself. And there was only one person that fell, and that would be me, and it was mostly just damage to my pride more than anything else. Yeah. While we were in Mount Hood, we also had the opportunity to meet with retired Lieutenant Starla Green from the Warm Springs Police Department, which is part of the Confederate Warm Springs tribe. And that story is going to be
Great,
coming out
yes.
soon, and you'll learn a lot about sovereignty and being a
Just
Native
the-
American
Right. The
in
uniqueness
a
of
uniform.
yeah, uniqueness of a tribal police. It does have a lot of differences from normal, well, not normal, but other various police agencies.
Yeah, actually, what I would like to say is actually we have a lot more commonalities than we do have disparities. So that's something that I think should be celebrated. But her culture itself is amazing.
Yes, it was a great story.
So this is Mount Huckleberry. This was a hike that Charlie and I went on, in which when we approached, we'd gone on like this really nice, even hike, and then we got to the trailhead, and the trailhead had where you have to sign in, and I like looked at Charlie like, are we supposed to, like, we're not used to signing in. Well, it turned out we, within about a mile, gained about 1,000 feet in
It was
altitude.
Yeah.
It was...
Well, the first 25 feet, you turn the corner and you hike up this pretty much straight, almost, well, a good incline rock ledge with water falling down it. So, yeah, it was pretty impressive. Just got to have a chance to visit with our middle son, Brett.
And he was with us the second time we went to tackle Mount Huckleberry. So, and that was on the Boulder Ridge Trail, actually, for Mount Huckleberry.
Quite the hike.
Yeah.
Just had a good family outing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Brett is our middle child. He's 24 years old. He's been living out here in Portland ever since right after he graduated high school.
That was kind of our reason we came out here, was
to Oregon first.
Yeah, I mean, everybody asks us, why are you going to Oregon? What'd you get there? You just want to see it? I was like, well, my son's here and I haven't had a chance to visit with him, and I want to see where he lives and what he does and why he likes the area so much. What drew him to it? So I can see why. It's
and he says, like, he hasn't visited. No, he's not visited him. We've had Brett out twice a year, and I have visited.
I said I haven't.
I know.
Visited.
I don't want them to think that we don't, like, pay attention to him.
Yes, we love him.
Okay. I adore him. He's one of my favorites.
Spend,
he's one of my 3 favorite kids.
Yes, he's one of our 3 favorite kids.
Okay, and so then we also ride along. So where the Mount Hood RV Resort is located, there's all those trails through Wildwood, like right in the back door. And this is Charlie. He's overlooking Salmon River. It's pretty sweet. Oh, then we moved.
Yeah, so after our time in Mount Hood, and spending time in Portland area and visiting with Brett and everything, we made it to the coast. I mean, we're literally on the beach at Nehalem Bay State Park. Gorgeous place, loved the park, and just the beach, and just got to spend some time. The water, a little less than beach, cold.
It's
cold.
Perfect for the wildlife that
Yes.
live around here.
Rocky Mountain spring water cold, so yes,
Yeah.
it was quite cold. Beautiful park. I really did enjoy the park. Very nice. And truly a nice place to stay. So.
So then what's actually really cool, so while we're out here on the coast, we got to meet with a couple of agencies. One is Rockaway Beach Agency, and the other one is Seaside Agency. So we have Chris and Sean with Rockaway Beach, and we'll have a couple stories on them. You'll be seeing that coming up here pretty soon. Sneak preview there. And then with Seaside, I have got a story for you that I needed Kleenex for. So that one's going to be coming out to you with Lieutenant Holt here with Seaside.
So while in the area, we got to visit and go to the Telma Cheese Factory.
Telma Creamery.
Oh, Telma Creamery. They make cheese there, and
a lot of it, and ice cream and other delicious goodies.
Right.
It's pretty much like a whole dairy extravaganza that
I like cheese, so
I kind of want to be like Scrooge McDuck and just roll myself all in it.
Yes, it was. It was kind of it was really cool to see how they do that and just the process. It was very well laid out, and you get to check it out.
So Seaside, after Nehalem Bay, we moved up to Seaside, and that's where you get to see Lieutenant Holt, and we'll be sharing his story, him and his wife, and all the love they gave back.
Great story. Again, some more hiking in the area. We got cooped up for quite some time. We had
we were probably about 4 days in by this point,
where solid rain every day for, I would think, more than that. It was quite a few days where you just want to go outside. You would be soaked, and obviously we are in the northwest coast and it does rain, but yeah, you can only tolerate so much. But
yeah, well, so I was to the point where I was like, Charlie knew I was going to blow if I did not get out of the house, so he planned a hike for us, and even though it was still raining during this hike, we did it. It was gorgeous. It was muddy. It was 9 miles, and at mile 7, I told Charlie that I think 7 miles is my limit.
Yep.
So particularly in muddy conditions like that.
Yes, but it was great to
It
get
was
out,
awesome.
walk out,
It was
and get out of
beautiful.
the trailer. Yes.
Another ferry place. I'm
Yes.
telling you, all over. So I think Oregon is actually populated by ferries.
Oh, okay.
So working with Seaside Police, what was really cool is this is, I got an opportunity where we're setting up to do a picture for their agency. So no story behind this. It's more something that we're giving back to the agencies. So they have these photographs for their own purposes.
Yep. And then we moved up to Fort Stevens State Park. Man, this place is gorgeous. One of the nicest state parks I've been in. Just
It started
Chris
off as
Johnson.
a military base. It was
Yeah.
actually the first military base west of the Mississippi. So there's lots of history. If you are a
history, war buff.
war, well, yeah,
history buff.
yeah, yeah.
But it's the only place in the continental United States that's been shelled by an enemy since 1812. The War of 1812. That was the first time we've been
Yeah.
attacked by a foreign country.
And it was a Japanese submarine.
Mhm.
Was it I-25?
The I-25 Japanese submarine shot several rounds at us and didn't hit anything. So that was
So,
very nice.
yeah. Thanks for
They tried
thanks
to
for their bad
firebomb the
eye.
area too with a plane they had with them and dropped fire
A couple times.
Yes, and it's so wet up here. Probably raining then, as it was on us, and it just never caught fire.
Yeah. So that's actually the end of our show. But overall, we've been really excited. Oregon's been extremely welcoming. We've had great times here. And next step, we're on to Nebraska. So we have some agencies we'll be meeting with out there, along with an annual vacation that we do at a lake
Well,
that
we
we
still have
love.
some more meetings here.
Oh,
We're
so
going
we
back to Mount Hood, and we're going to meet up with hopefully with some people from Portland.
Yes. Well, and we've got that. And then
And
I
off to
actually,
Nebraska.
so, and to be fair, I also have 3 trips for work between now and Nebraska. And it's going to involve a lot of flying across the country. But
Back and forth.
yeah, but it's going to be great. And we're just, thank you.
It's been awesome.
We'll talk to you later.